Roman Reigns' awesome W League profession reaches a water's second in 2025. His supremacy because the Bloodline's tribal chief captured wrestling fanatics with his strength, narrative, competencies, and charisma, after an anciental name reign in this technology extending over 1,300 days. He can be searching out new possibility to triumph over, because the WWE Universe considers the milestones he may want to attain. Similarly, cementing his legacy reigns possesses the potential to develop whilst retaining dependable to his roots, and this 12 months is probably a 12 months of remarkable firsts in his W. Levy profession, confirming his legacy as one of the most prominent trailblazers in sports amusement with 2025. Nonetheless, beforehand, the possibilities for the bloodlines. ATC are interesting with that stated. Right here are 7 feasible firsts for Roman Reigns, redefining his already outstanding profession. Roman Reigns triumphing his first King of the Ring may be a substantial addition to his listing of accomplishments. In accordance to speculations, WWE will stop it this 12 months and update it with Night of Champions. Nevertheless, if the renowned advertising is going beforehand with it, and Reigns competes with inside the aforementioned match, he has a remarkable hazard of triumphing, given his tactical brilliance and supremacy. Roman Reigns may want to venture for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship this 12 months. One may also argue that he had already received it in 2015, but it changed into formally diagnosed because the WWE Championship below the advertising's modern-day call, the brand new name released in 2023, represents the belt that the OEC has, but to accumulate, and is now wrapped round Jey Uso's waist. Given how dynamic WWE's modern-day state of affairs is, it's miles feasible that Reigns will land a high-profile fit in opposition to the Ye Master. Moreover, it'll be thrilling to see how they have interaction, now that the tables have grew to become Roman Reigns becoming Mr. Cash with Inside the Bank. At this 12 months' titular PLE will surely be a hot issue amongst wrestling fanatics. All over securing the deal brings him one step towards a likely championship run. Now no longer to say taking his tale to the subsequent stage, OTC fanatics are acquainted with his proclivity for pursuing titles without delay. However, the briefcase, if he participates and wins, will surely enshape his clever demeanor and permit him to strike, while the right second arises. Paul Heyman's treachery on nighttime, one of WrestleMania taken aback. Wrestling fanatics Roman Reigns and CM Punk seem to be forming an alliance with the manner things are going. Reigns and Punk will almost surely shape an in-ring collaboration. Neither the previous nor the latter can triumph over the newly mounted faction of Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman on my own, as evidenced with the aid of using their current conflict on Raw. A matchup between the OTC and the Second City Saint could be fascinating, and in the event that they do eventually get alongside the two superstars, may also put WWE's tag crew department on notice, specifically the modern-day name holders, the Street Profits and the New Day, but Triple H to pair Bronson Reed with debuting Dougie Loy Big Name and Roman Reigns' new accomplice. 5 groups can meet Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker at Backlash. The coalition of Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker in WWE may be deadly. It consists of a foxy Wiseman, a foxy visionary, and a monster named Braun Breaker. The WWE roster will want a while to triumph over the energy of those 3 men. Over the final weeks, the trio has defeated Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Sami Zayn, with WWE Backlash drawing near. It's miles unclear who Rollins and Breaker will combat at the top-class occasion, or whether or not they will be in Street Lewis. On that factor, we look at 5 groups able to defeating Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker at WWE Backlash. The primary pairing that comes to thoughts is Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Despite their substantial variations, the two can paintings collectively on one nighttime to defeat Rollins and Breaker on Monday Night Raw, following WrestleMania. 41, the Visionary defeated each Reigns and Punk as properly as Braun Breaker this week on Raw. Sami Zayn changed into the Sufferer as an end result on the following day's episode of Raw Reigns, and Punk can crew as much as attack Seth Rollins, and Breaker Adam Pearce can then announce the tag crew fit at Backlash Rollins, and the unpredictable badass assaulted Sami Zayn final week on Raw It. The following day, nighttime Cody Rhodes can step in to keep CM Punk, can also additionally come on my own to take out Rollins and Breaker, and if approached the TWO can also additionally combat him. Cody Rhodes can then emerge to assist his buddy CM Punk Rhodes, and Punk can then shape an alliance to stand the Visionary and young Steiner on Raw. Cody Rhodes hasn't been in WWE, considering that dropping the Undisputed Championship to John Cena at WrestleMania 41, due to the fact Orton will face Cena for the name at Backlash Rhodes, and Punk can also additionally crew up to stand Rollins, and employer Karrion Kross has lately stuck AJ Styles' interest, and who knows, the exceptional one would possibly flip heel once more and be a part of Kross. The two can crew up on Royale and undertaking Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker to a suit at Backlash. This will additionally be a splendid occasion for Kross to illustrate his mill. Regardless of performing at the indicates, he has now no longer been capable of compete in his matches. His maximum latest come across became towards Styles at the April 14th version of Raw, and the fanatics surely cherished his paintings as an end result in this week's episode of Raw. Styles and Kross can crew as much as combat the visionary and the badass Bronson Reed hasn't regarded in WWE. Considering that Survivor Series War Games remaining YR, he have been nursing a damaged ankle and had surgical procedure lately. The 330-pound powerhouse would possibly make a comeback as a face on Monday Night Raw, going through up towards his former foe. Seth Rollins, alongside Reed visitors, would possibly see Jeff Cobb, a former NGPW standout, make his WWE debut as a face as Reed's associate. The 42-year-old super mega celebrity give up NGPWE last month, and is maximum probably heading to WWE Fightful Select, simply discovered that Cobb had inked a great address. The Stamford primarily based, totally advertising. It stays to be seen whether or not Triple Eight will deliver out Jeff Cobb in this week's episode of Raw. But what befell among Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey records of the competition as Cupcake seeks to avenge her losses? Miesha Tate is making ready to make her long-awaited comeback to the octagon. The former USC Women's Bantamweight Champion will face Giannis Santos on the USC Des Moines' occasion on May 3, 2025 on the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Loa Tate mentioned her competition with former USC Women's Bantamweight Champion Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Previous to the suit, Cupcake lately hinted that she is asking to avenge her losses to Rousey, although in an oblique way. The seasoned American fighter said that she intends to do it via way of means of hard and defeating a person. Rowdy is extraordinarily acquainted with Ronda Rousey, defeated Miesha Tate through first spherical submission to earn the new Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Champion in March 2012. Rousey later won the inaugural USC Women's Bantamweight Championship after the USC acquired Strikeforce. Tate became referred to as in via way of means of the USC to update an injured Kat Zingano as a rival teach for Rousey on season 18 of The Ultimate Fighter, following that the Art Tribals fought once more for Rousey's USC bantamweight name at UFC 168 in December 2013. Tate became stopped once more, this time with a third-round submission. Rousey in the end misplaced her USC belt to Holly Holm through knockout in 2015, and he became knocked out once more via way of means of Amanda Nunes. In 2016, she moved into professional wrestling as a WVDI celebrity before leaving the employer in 2024. Rousey claimed that she had stopped preventing in MMA because of concussion problems and became not going to go back to the game or battle once more. Tate lately addressed their competition in an interview with MMA Fighting beforehand of her imminent battle. She said that she hopes to defeat Jana Santos at USC Des Moines, after which compete for the USC bantamweight name, Juliana Pena. Tate's pal presently holds the USC Women's Bantamweight belt. Pea will protect her championship towards Rousey's former roommate and fellow judoka Kayla Harrison at UFC 316 on June 7, 2025. Tate said that due to the fact a trilogy battle as opposed to Rousey is not possible, she might want to revenge her losses via way of means of defeating Harrison. She remarked, "Kayla is a highly reputable judoka. She has extraordinarily comparable qualifications to Ronda, and certainly she is her personal fighter. She is her personal individual, so it would not be as pleasant or pleasurable as Ronda's losses, but